The Great Wall of China is one of the most iconic and impressive architectural feats in human history. Built over several centuries, it served as a military defense system and a symbol of China's strength and resilience. Key facts: length, over 21,000 kilometers, 13,000 miles, including all branches. Construction period, from the 7th century BCE through the 17th century CE, mainly during the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644. Purpose: defense against northern invasions, especially Mongol and nomadic tribes, border control, and trade regulation, like along the Silk Road. Historical overview: early walls, 7th century BCE. Individual kingdoms during the Warring States period built separate walls for defense. Qin Dynasty, 221 to 206 BCE. Emperor Qin Shi Huang unified China and connected some of these walls, creating a more extensive defense line. Han Dynasty, 206 BCE to 220 CE. Expanded the wall to protect Silk Road trade routes. Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644. Most of the existing wall was built or reinforced during this time using bricks and stone. This version is what tourists mostly see today. Construction and features. Materials used: earth, wood, bricks, and stone, varied by region. Structure includes watchtowers for signaling and surveillance, fortresses for military defense, beacon towers for sending smoke and fire signals, parapets and battlements for archers. Cultural impact. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987, sometimes incorrectly said to be visible from space with the naked eye, it symbolizes China's enduring strength, unity, and architectural innovation. Tourism today. Popular sections for tourists include Beidaling, most visited, near Beijing; Mutianyu, less crowded, scenic; Jinshanling, partially restored, great hiking; Jiangku, wild and unrestored for adventurers.
The Pyramids of Giza, located on the Giza Plateau near Cairo, Egypt, are among the most iconic and enduring monuments of the ancient world. Built during the Old Kingdom period of ancient Egypt, these pyramids served as elaborate tombs for pharaohs and are some of the most significant architectural feats in history. The three main pyramids. There are three primary pyramids at Giza. The Great Pyramid of Khufu, Cheops, built around 2580-2560 BCE, 4th Dynasty. Height, originally 146.6 meters, 481 feet. Now about 138.8 meters, 455 feet due to the loss of outer casing stones. Facts: oldest and largest of the three. Only one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world still standing. Estimated to consist of around 2.3 million stone blocks, weighing between 2.5 to 15 tons each. The Pyramid of Khafra Chefren, built around 2570 BCE. Height, originally 143.5 meters, 471 feet. Now about 136.4 meters, 448 feet. Facts: appears taller than Khufu's pyramid due to being on higher ground. Still retains some of the original smooth casing stones at the top. Associated with the Great Sphinx, a massive limestone statue believed to bear the likeness of Khafra. The Pyramid of Menkaure, built around 2510 BCE. Height, originally 65.5 meters, 215 feet. Now about 61 meters, 200 feet. Facts: smallest of the three. Built with granite and limestone. surrounded by 3 smaller pyramids for queens or relatives. Construction. Theories vary, but most scholars believe the pyramids were built using a large labor force of skilled workers, not slaves as once thought. They likely used ramps, sleds, and levers to transport and position the massive stones. Tools included copper chisels, wooden sledges, and manpower. Purpose and symbolism. Served as tombs for pharaohs who were considered divine, represented the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife and connection to the sun god Ra. Their triangular shape symbolized the rays of the sun. Legacy. The Giza pyramids are part of a larger complex that includes mortuary temples, causeways, Queen's pyramids, the Great Sphinx. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, they continue to inspire architects, historians, and tourists from around the globe. Machu Picchu is one of the most iconic archaeological sites in the world. Located high in the Andes Mountains of Peru, it is a 15th-century Inca citadel that continues to captivate visitors with its remarkable architecture, mysterious origins, and stunning mountain scenery. Key facts about Machu Picchu. Location: Cusco region, Urubamba province, Peru. Altitude: about 2,430 meters, 7,170 feet above sea level. Built by the Inca civilization, likely during the reign of Pachacuti Inca Yupanqui, mid-1400s. Rediscovered by American explorer Hiram Bingham in 1911, though local people always knew of it. UNESCO World Heritage Site. Designated in 1983. What makes Machu Picchu special? Architecture. Machu Picchu showcases incredible Inca engineering and construction. Dry stone walls built without mortar, but still standing after centuries. Terraces used for agriculture and erosion control. Religious and astronomical features like the Intihuatana stone, believed to be a solar clock or ritual stone. Location and views. Surrounded by lush green mountains and perched on a narrow ridge between the peaks of Machu Picchu and Huayna Picchu, offers panoramic views of the Urubamba River Valley and the Andes. Purpose. Its exact purpose is still debated. It may have served as a royal estate or sacred religious site. Some believe it was an astronomical observatory or ceremonial center. Visiting Machu Picchu. Access. Typically reached via train from Cusco to Aguascalientes, followed by a bus or hike. Hiking. The Inca Trail is a famous multi-day trek leading to Machu Picchu. Visitor limits. To protect the site, the Peruvian government has implemented daily limits and timed entry slots. Fun fact: despite its fame, Machu Picchu was never discovered by the Spanish conquistadors, which helped preserve it in remarkable condition. Colosseum is one of the most iconic and enduring monuments of ancient Rome. Colosseum overview. Name: Colosseum, also known as the Flavian Amphitheater. Location: Rome and Italy. Construction started AD 72 under Emperor Vespasian. Completed AD 80 under Emperor Titus, with later modifications by Domitian. Primary use: gladiatorial contests, public spectacles, animal hunts, executions, and reenactments. Material: stone, travertine limestone, concrete, tough volcanic rock, and brick-faced concrete. Capacity: estimated 50,000 to 80,000 spectators. Shape: oval, elliptical, approximately 189 meter long x 156 meter wide x 50 meter high. Architecture and design. Structure: levels, 4 main stories. The first 3 are constructed with arcades, rows of arches. The 4th level is a solid wall with windows and supports for a retractable awning system. Facade orders. First floor, Doric columns. Second floor, Ionic columns. Third floor, Corinthian columns. Fourth floor, Corinthian pilasters and small rectangular windows. Velarium, a huge retractable awning that protected spectators from sun and rain, supported by 240 wooden masts placed in sockets on the top floor. Arena floor, now mostly missing. Wooden planks covered in sand. Hypogum, underground two-level network of tunnels and rooms beneath the arena floor, where gladiators and animals were kept before contests. Included trapdoors, lifts, and pulleys for dramatic entries. Functions and events. Gladiatorial games Munera, sponsored by emperors or wealthy citizens. Fighters were usually slaves, criminals, or volunteers trained in ludi. Animal hunts. Wild exotic animals like lions, elephants, and crocodiles were imported and hunted in the arena. Public executions, often staged as mythological dramas. Criminals were sometimes thrown to wild beasts. Mock naval battles. There are historical debates, but early accounts suggest the Colosseum may have been flooded to simulate naval battles, more likely done in specially built basins. Engineering feats, entrances and exits. Vomitoria. 80 entrances allowed rapid entry and exit of tens of thousands of people. Seating arrangement. Strictly divided by social class. Emperor and senators had prime spots. Women and poor sat at the top. Historical timeline. Event details. AD 72 to 80 construction. Under Vespasian and Titus. AD 80 inaugurated with 100 days of games. Late Roman Empire. Continued use for games until the 5th century. 6th century. Ceased to be used for entertainment. Medieval period used as a fortress and housing. 1349 earthquake damages much of the south side. 15th to 18th used as a quarry for stone and metal. 8th recognized as a sacred Christian site. 19th to 21st archaeological and preservation efforts. Symbolism and cultural impact. Symbol of Roman power and architecture. Icon of Christian martyrdom. Though there's debate about how many Christians actually died there. UNESCO World Heritage Site. Top tourist attraction in Italy. Millions of visitors per year. Preservation and restoration. Major restoration efforts have taken place over the centuries. 19th century. Structural reinforcement and early preservation. 1990s present. Extensive cleaning. Restoration of hypogum and upper levels. Ongoing work includes opening more sections to the public and ensuring safety. The name Colosseum is believed to come from a colossus, a giant statue of Nero that once stood nearby. Some games held there involved the slaughter of thousands of animals in a single day. It's estimated that over 500,000 people and over 1 million animals died during the Colosseum's centuries of use. The Acropolis of Athens is one of the most iconic and historically significant ancient citadels in the world. Perched high on a rocky hill above the city of Athens, it stands as a symbol of the cultural and intellectual achievements of ancient Greece and the enduring legacy of classical civilization. General overview. Location. Athens, Greece. Height of hill, approximately 150 meters, 490 feet above sea level. Area, about 3 hectares, 74 acres. Designation, UNESCO World Heritage Site, 1987. Name origin, acropolis, comes from the Greek words akron, highest point, and polis, city, meaning high city. Historical timeline. Prehistoric to archaic. Period up to 6th century BCE, early human habitation. Dates to the Neolithic era, circa 4000 BCE. In the Mycenaean period, 1600 to 1100 BCE, it served as a fortified palace complex. By the Archaic period, it was a religious center dedicated to Athena, the patron goddess of Athens. Classical period, 5th century BCE, Golden Age of Athens. After the Persian invasion, 480 BCE, during which the Acropolis was destroyed, Pericles initiated a massive rebuilding project, say Porcina 430 BC. This era produced the Parthenon, Propylaea, Erechtheion, and Temple of Athena Nike. Hellenistic and Roman periods, 23 BCE, 4th century CE. The Acropolis remained a cultural and religious hub, with additional monuments and statues added. The Romans preserved its significance and sometimes restored its structures. Byzantine, Ottoman, and modern periods. In the Byzantine era, temples were converted into churches. Under Ottoman rule, the Parthenon was turned into a mosque. The Acropolis suffered severe damage in 1687 during the Venetian siege, when the Parthenon, used as an ammunition depot, was hit and exploded. In the 19th century, after Greek independence, archaeological restoration began. Major structures. Parthenon dedicated to Athena. Parthenos, architects, Iktinos and Callicrates, sculptor, Phidias. Construction, barn 474-32 BC. Style, Doric temple with some Ionic elements. Function, temple and treasury. Dimensions, 9.5 x 30.9 meters. Erechtheion, famous for caryatid porch, Porch of the Maidens, dedicated to Athena and Poseidon. Asymmetrical design, to fit the uneven terrain, and sacred spots, like the olive tree of Athena, Propylaea. Function, monumental gateway to the Acropolis. Architect, Nicephorus. Construction began, 437 BC. Design, central hall with Doric columns and lateral wings. Temple of Athena Nike. Style, Ionic, dedicated to Athena as the goddess of victory. Construction, circa 427 to 424 BCE. Notable for frieze showing historical and mythical battles. Statue of Athena Primacos, a colossal bronze statue by Phidias, now lost, stood between the Propylaea and the Parthenon, said to have been visible from ships approaching Piraeus harbor. Cultural and symbolic importance. The Acropolis is a universal symbol of democracy, philosophy, and the arts. The Parthenon is widely seen as the pinnacle of classical Greek architecture, reflects the values of rationalism, balance, and civic pride that defined classical Athens. Restoration and preservation. 19th century excavations began after Greek independence. 20th to 21st century efforts include structural stabilization and use of original materials where possible. Acropolis Museum, opened 2009, houses many original sculptures and artifacts from the site. Controversies and international significance. Elgin marbles debate. Sculptures taken by Lord Elgin in the early 1800s are in the British Museum. Greece continues to request their return. The Acropolis is a focal point of heritage preservation, archaeological ethics, and debates about cultural property. Visitor information. Open year-round with seasonal hours. Most visitors enter via the western slope through the Propylaea. Offers panoramic views of Athens. Highly recommended to visit the Acropolis Museum. Nearby for a more comprehensive understanding. Petra, located in southern Jordan, is one of the most iconic archaeological sites in the world, often called the Rose City because of the color of the stone it's carved from. Petra is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new 7 wonders of the world. What is Petra? Petra was the capital city of the Nabatean kingdom from around the 4th century BCE until it was annexed by the Roman Empire in 106 CE. The Nabateans were skilled traders and engineers, and they carved this city directly into the pink-hued sandstone cliffs. Location: Petra is in the Man, Governorate of Jordan, about 240 km, 150 miles, south of Amman, the capital, and near the town of Wadi Musa, which serves as the main gateway. For visitors, key highlights: Al-Khazna, the treasury, the most famous structure, featured in movies like Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade, a monumental tomb or temple carved into the rock face. The Sikh, a narrow gorge 1.2 kilometer long that leads into Petra, flanked by cliffs up to 80 meters high. Walking through, it is like stepping into another world. The monastery Ad-Dir, another massive carved building, larger but less ornate than the treasury, requires a steep climb, 800 steps, to reach. But the views are stunning. Royal tombs, street of facades, and the Roman theater, dozens of intricately carved tombs and structures that showcase Nabatean and Greco-Roman architecture. Water management system. Petra thrived in the desert, thanks to an advanced system of dams, cisterns, and aqueducts engineered by the Nabateans. Historical significance. Petra was a major hub for trade routes linking Arabia, Egypt, and the Mediterranean. It declined after Roman annexation and was eventually abandoned after several earthquakes. Rediscovered by Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt in 1812. Cultural importance. Petra is a symbol of Jordan and appears on many coins, logos, and tourism materials. Recognized as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1985. Designated one of the new 7 wonders of the world in 2007. Travel tips. Best time to visit: spring, March to May, or autumn, September to November. Wear comfortable shoes and bring water. It's a large site with lots of walking. Try to see Petra by night. Candles light up the Sikhi and treasury 3 nights a week. Stonehenge is one of the most iconic and mysterious prehistoric monuments in the world, located on Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, England. It consists of a ring of massive standing stones, each around 13 feet high, 7 feet wide, and weighing up to 25 tons. The structure is believed to have been constructed between 3000 BCE and 2000 BCE. Construction in phases. Stonehenge was built in several phases over many centuries. 3100 BCE, early phase. A circular earthwork enclosure was created, including a ditch and bank. 2600 BCE. Large blue stones from Wales, over 150 miles away, were transported and arranged. 300 BCE. The iconic sarsen stones were brought from the Marlborough Downs, 20 miles away, and arranged in the famous horseshoe and outer circle. Purpose and theories. The exact purpose of Stonehenge remains unknown, but theories include astronomical observatory. The stones align with the solstices, especially the sunrise at summer solstice and sunset at winter solstice. Ritual or ceremonial site. It may have been used for religious rituals or ancestor worship. Burial site. Human remains have been found nearby, suggesting it may have functioned as a cemetery. Healing center. Some believe people traveled to Stonehenge, seeking healing powers from the blue stones. Materials. Sarsens. Local sandstone used for the larger stones. Blue stones. Smaller, imported stones from Preseli Hills in Wales. Transporting these stones such long distances without modern tools remains one of the great engineering mysteries of prehistory. Archaeology and research. Modern archaeology has revealed evidence of nearby settlements, Durrington Walls, Stonehenge was part of a much larger sacred landscape, with avenues, burial mounds, and other structures. Technologies like ground-penetrating radar and laser scanning continue to uncover new details. World Heritage Site. In 1986, Stonehenge was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, along with Avebury, another significant Neolithic henge site nearby. The Taj Mahal is one of the most iconic monuments in the world, renowned for its stunning beauty, intricate architecture, and deep historical and cultural significance. Overview. Location: Agra, Uttar Pradesh, India. Built by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. Built for his beloved wife, Mumtaz Mahal. Construction period: 1632 to 1653. UNESCO World Heritage Site. Designated in 1983. Architectural style: Mughal architecture, a blend of Islamic, Persian, Ottoman Turkish, and Indian styles. Why was it built? The Taj Mahal is a mausoleum built by Shah Jahan in memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal, who died in 1631 while giving birth to their 14th child. It symbolizes eternal love and loss, and is often referred to as one of the 7 wonders of the modern world. Architectural highlights: main structure, made of gleaming white marble, which changes color depending on the time of day and light. Dome, a massive onion-shaped dome, nearly 73 meters, 240 feet high. Minarets, 4 tall minarets, 1 at each corner, slightly tilted outward to prevent collapse onto the main tomb in case of an earthquake. Intricate inlay work, precious and semi-precious stones like jade, crystal, lapis lazuli, amethyst, and turquoise are embedded in floral designs. The complex. The Taj Mahal complex includes the main mausoleum, a mosque and a guest house, beautifully landscaped gardens in Charba 4-part style, reflecting pool that mirrors the monument. Tourism and legacy attracts millions of tourists annually from all over the world. It's a symbol of India's rich history and a top destination for travelers, often used in literature, films, and art as a metaphor for eternal love and loss. Chichen Itza is one of the most famous and well-preserved archaeological sites of the ancient Maya civilization. It is located in the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico and was a major political, religious, and cultural center between the 9th and 12th centuries CE. Key facts: civilization, Maya. Location, Yucatan, Mexico. UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1988. One of the new 7 wonders of the world. Named in 2007. Major structures: El Castillo Temple of Kukulkan, the most iconic pyramid at Chichen Itza, built to honor Kukulkan, the feathered serpent deity, similar to Quetzalcoatl in Aztec culture. The pyramid has 91 steps on each of the 4 sides, plus 1 platform at the top, 365 steps, symbolizing the solar calendar. During the spring and autumn equinox, shadows cast by the setting sun create the illusion of a serpent slithering down the staircase. The Great Ball Court, the largest known ancient ball court in Mesoamerica, about 168 meters long, used for ritual ball games, possibly with political and religious significance. Acoustics are remarkably advanced sounds, carried clearly from one end to the other. Temple of the Warriors, a stepped pyramid flanked by rows of columns depicting warriors, contains a Chakmul statue, a reclining figure associated with offerings and sacrifices Cenote Sagrado, sacred cenote, a natural sinkhole used for ceremonial purposes. Archaeologists have found human remains, gold, jade, and other offerings thrown into the cenote, suggesting rituals including human sacrifice. Cultural and astronomical significance. Chichen Itza was aligned with celestial events and demonstrates the Mayas' deep knowledge of astronomy and mathematics. The layout and architecture are believed to reflect cosmological beliefs, especially in relation to time cycles and deities. Modern importance. Chichen Itza draws over 2 million visitors per year. It plays a vital role in Mexican heritage and tourism. It's considered a symbol of the rich legacy of pre-Columbian civilizations.